Joe Girardi going to use him going forward?
You know, carefully in the second half of the season. There are no more questions about this guy other than, for me, pitching every 5th day as we get to August and September. Because stuff-wise, there's no doubt. That's top of the rotation type stuff. Getting adjusted to the major leagues, no problem. I think he had that licked in spring training. So it's about how does he hold up in the second half of the season. I would look for them to give him a real break during the All-Star break. In other words, give him 4 or 5 days going into the break, give him the 4 days during the break, and give him another 4 or 5 days out of the break to let him recharge his batteries. Problem with that is, I'd love to see him start the All-Star game.
He's not going to get that chance. He's how he holds up health-wise and rest-wise, that it's a question. He hasn't faced anyone for a second time yet, too. There's going to be that lull where teams start to figure him out. They get used to his stuff. He's got grade A stuff, but you made a great point in the story you wrote about him in our baseball preview. He relies on the split so much, and the splitter's a pitch that isn't thrown a lot anymore. Major league hitters don't come up. They're not trained to hit that pitch. As they get used to seeing his splitter, and as they get used to seeing the break on his other breaking balls, get used to his velocity. It'll be interesting to see the adjustments that hitters make to him and how he adjusts to other hitters around the league.
Yeah, and he's not going to win 26 games this year, right? I mean, the guy hasn't lost in 2 years. Well, he didn't lose in Japan last year, so someone somewhere is going to beat him. This is like the Wichita State of Major League Baseball right now, but he's not even potentially the only great, right-handed pitcher in the American League from Japan right now who could contend for a Cy Young, because Yu Darvish is one of those guys who looks like a potential no-hit stuff every time he takes the ball. He's flirted with it twice already this year, so he could be a contender. Max Scherzer won it last year. He could be a contender. He's having another great year without the eye-popping one-loss record. So it could make for a really interesting Cy Young debate, but the debate isn't that, will Tanaka be a part of it? Because unlike Rookie of the Year, there's no question about his worthiness as a candidate or his legitimacy as a candidate. He'll be a part of it. I just don't know if he's going to be kind of a runaway winner the way it looks like it could.
Don't count out David Price in this. I know he doesn't have the win-loss record. His ERA is over 4. Have you seen 77 strikeouts, 6 walks so far? That's incredible. That's better than even Tanaka right now.
Unbelievable.
Price is pitching well.
Stephen, though, you hit on something interesting about the split finger. Do you think that the success that Tanaka has shown with that pitch will lead to more American pitchers putting it back into their repertoire?
Well, if Koji Uehara didn't convince him to do it, then I don't know if Masahiro Tanaka is going to do it too. It does seem a pitch that seems to come over with these guys from Japan. The traditional concern was that it was rough on your arm, right? And that's why a lot of Americans aren't taught to throw at a young age. But not throwing it isn't doing anything good, as we see from all the elbow injuries. So maybe American pitchers should go back to it.
Tom would know this. I mean, what happened to it? It was the pitch of the 80s, right, with Roger Craig and Mike Scott, although maybe he had some other things working for him. But why did it go away, and why would it now come back?
Stephen touched on this. There was this kind of anecdotal evidence that it strained the elbow. And a lot of organizations said, don't throw the split because you're going to get hurt. And you look at guys like Kuroda and Tanaka's 25, but these guys have been healthy, throwing lots and lots of splits. So I think it will come back. Why not when you see the way Tanaka throws it? But I will say the easiest pitch to hit for a home run is a splitter that doesn't do anything. So the risk is if you don't have the control or movement like Tanaka, it's a very hittable pitch that pitchers will give up on quickly.
Hey there, I hope you enjoyed this clip from our daily live show, SI Now. You can find a link to the complete episode in the description box below. And while you're there, make sure you subscribe to Sports Illustrated's YouTube channel. It's not just SI Now, it's Girls in Bikinis, because we got your back. Remember, you can watch SI Now Monday through Friday live at 1 p.m. Eastern only on SI.com. We hope to see you there with the Girls in Bikinis.